So today we are discussing what is pipelining. In this pipelining, we need to know what is the equation and how the equation has been represented into its DFG. So let us first go to the equation. Our generalized equation is given by yn is equal to axn plus bxn minus 1 plus cxn minus 2. This equation has been represented into a signal flow graph given here in the figure 3.1. So in this particular figure, you will see that there are two delays connected before B and C in order to get xn minus 1, xn minus 2, and by adding all these outputs, we are going to get y of n. This is a generalized structure or SFG of the given equation. In this SFG, we need to implement pipelining. Pipelining is implemented. The very first requirement of pipelining is because we need to reduce the critical path. The critical path is nothing but longest path without any delay. I will repeat, longest path without any delay. It means that the path having maximum number of nodes without any delay. So if we look into this particular figure, we have A adder yn is a path without any delay with a single multiplier and two adders. Similarly, B adder yn is another path with again a single multiplier and two adder, and this is both of them are the longest paths. So we can say that the critical path is given by Tm, that is computation time of a multiplier, plus 2Ta, that is computation time of an adder. So let us say the critical path is given by Tm plus 2Ta. Our ultimate aim is to reduce this critical path, and this critical path is reduced by introducing the pipelining architecture. Pipelining is added in the circuit by adding a cut set into the SFG. And always we have to remember, the cut set is added in such a way that it cuts the critical path. Our ultimate aim is to add a cut set in the critical path. The best cut set is a feed forward cut set added across all paths going in forward direction only. So we can see figure 3.3 wherein we have added a cut set across the critical path. So this is the cut set that has been added. Another thing which we have to remember is whenever we add a cut set, there on each of the edge where the cut set is getting added, on that each edge we need to add a delay element. So it is cutting this edge and this edge. So we are adding delay elements here. In this way, we have added the cut set and applied pipelining. Adding cut set means we have divided the figure into two parts now. And the execution is not sequential. Remember, sequential means when xn is given to you, your output is determined only when the xn reaches yn. Here, we can say at this node 1, the output is reaching. So this is your one output. Then you can say at node 3 or node 2, you will be getting the other outputs. So here we can take out the output at these three different nodes. So let us see how pipelining works. We will call it as clock 0, 1, 2, 3. For example, the duration is first 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, then 15 minutes, then 20 minutes. So let us say call it as clock 0, then clock 1, clock 2, and clock 3. Then we'll give the name as node 1 here. This will be our node 2 and this will be our node 3. And yn is the, or you can say this is the output. Then we have inputs. Xn is the input. N is replaced by this clock. So for first clock, the input is x0. Second clock, the input is x1. Third clock, x2. And fourth clock, x3. Now let us see what is the input at node 1. So xn is going through A. So xn is nothing but x0. So A of x0 plus, when a delay element is added, we have bx of 0 minus 1, that is bx of 1. So adding these two at this adder at 1, we are getting ax0 plus bx minus 1. Like semi-automatic washing machine, when for the first 5 minutes the clothes are getting washed off, there is no output in the dryer section. In the similar way, there will be no output at node 2 and node 3 because it has not gone to the node 2 and node 3. It will go to these, or the output will pass on to these nodes in the next clock cycle. Therefore, we have given dashes in these three columns. Next, let us say clock 1. At clock 1, this will be x of 1, ax of 1 plus bx of 1 minus 1, that is 0. So your node 1 will be 0. Now, this will be passed on to the second adder. Remember, in this clock cycle, when this output is going to this adder, there is one delay element present here. So whatever output we are getting at 1, that would be subtracted with minus 1. So we are getting ax1 plus bx0. So at node 2, you will get 1 minus 1, 0 and 0 minus 1, minus 1. In this way, we'll be getting output at node 2 as ax of 0 plus bx of minus 1. Similarly, at node 3, let us see here, ax of 1 minus 1 will give you 1 minus 1, 0. Then again minus 1 will give you x of minus 1, and again minus 1 will give you x of minus 2. That is coming to C. So here the output at node 3 is Cx of minus 2. At the second clock, you are getting all the outputs across all the three nodes. Therefore, you will be getting your first output called as y of 0. Fine. Moving to the next part. Ax of 2. Similarly, this will be ax of 2, bx of 2 minus 1, that is 1. So this is ax of 2, bx of 1. Remember again, there is a delay element here, so we need to subtract 1 from both the inputs. So this will be ax of 1, bx of 0. Let us go to the upper part. X of 2 minus 1 will give you 1. Again minus 1 will give you 0. Again minus 1 will give you minus of 1. So C x of minus 1, and this is the second output, that is y of 1. And finally, x of 3 is given by ax of 3 plus bx of 2. Again subtract 1 delay, ax of 2 plus bx of 1. And look into the upper part, 3 minus 1, 2 minus 1, 1 minus 1, 0. So Cx of 0 finally output as y2. These are the stages of operation that are being conducted in pipelining. Talking about reducing the critical path, when we have added a cut set over here, we will find that the critical path, that is the longest path without delay, now becomes 1 multiplier 1 adder. 1 multiplier 1 adder. So our critical path has been reduced from Tm plus 2Ta to Tm plus Ta. That is, 1 adder operation has been reduced. Fine. In this way, we have achieved our aim of reducing the critical